Imagine you make $80,000 a year. You have a full-time job. You pay your bills. You even have a credit card. From the outside, you probably look financially fine. But then payday arrives. And before you know it, most of your money is already gone. Rent, car payment, insurance, groceries, utilities, debt, subscriptions. And suddenly you're thinking, where did all my money go? Here's the uncomfortable truth. America can be one of the richest countries in the world, while millions of Americans can still feel financially broke. And the problem isn't always that people don't earn enough. Sometimes the entire cost of living has moved faster than their financial lives. Today, let's break down why so many Americans are struggling to get ahead, and why simply earning more money may not be enough.
First, let's clarify something. When we say Americans are broke, we don't mean every American is poor. There are millions of households with significant savings, investments, home equity, and financial security. The real story is about financial pressure. A household can have a good income and still have very little money left after paying for necessities. That's because income is only one side of the equation. The other side is, how much does it cost to live? And that's where things get interesting.
Let's imagine someone earns $6,000 a month before taxes. After taxes and deductions, maybe their take-home pay is much lower. Then the bills arrive. Housing takes a large chunk. Then comes transportation, insurance, food, utilities, debt payments. And suddenly, that $6,000 doesn't look very impressive anymore. Maybe there's only a few $100s left. And that's before an emergency happens. Your car breaks down. Your medical bill arrives. Your rent increases. Or you need to replace your phone or laptop. One unexpected expense can completely destroy the month's budget. That's the problem with having little financial margin. You're not necessarily poor, but you're financially fragile.
Here's something people often underestimate. It's not always one massive expense destroying your finances. It's 10 smaller expenses happening at the same time. Your grocery bill goes up, your insurance premium increases, your phone bill rises, your rent increases, your car costs more to maintain, your favorite restaurant gets more expensive. And your paycheck? Maybe it increases too, but not necessarily enough to create meaningful breathing room. This creates something called a cost of living squeeze. Your income goes up, but your expenses keep chasing it. So you feel like you're working harder just to stay in the same place.
Now, add debt. This is where things can become really difficult. Imagine you buy something today with a credit card. You don't just have to pay for the item. If you carry the balance, interest can make the purchase significantly more expensive. Now multiply that across credit cards, auto loans, student loans, personal loans, and mortgages. Debt can turn tomorrow's income into today's spending, and that creates a dangerous cycle. You need money, you borrow, you have another payment, you have less money available, you borrow again. Not everyone gets trapped in this cycle, but when interest costs become a large part of someone's budget, getting ahead becomes much harder.
And then there's housing. For many Americans, housing is one of the biggest monthly expenses. If you're paying a large portion of your income just to keep a roof over your head, there's less available for everything else. Saving becomes harder, investing becomes harder, and buying a home can feel even further away. This creates a strange situation. Someone can have a respectable salary, but still feel like homeownership is completely out of reach. And that's because a good income doesn't automatically mean an affordable lifestyle. Now here's the part that might surprise you. Most financial advice says, just make more money. And yes, increasing your income can absolutely help. But there's a problem. If your income rises and your lifestyle rises at the same time, you might not actually get ahead.
Imagine you receive a $10,000 raise. You upgrade your car, move into a more expensive apartment, eat out more, increase your subscriptions, and suddenly, that $10,000 raise doesn't create much additional wealth. This is called lifestyle inflation. Your income goes up, but your financial obligations go up with it. So instead of building wealth, you're simply maintaining a more expensive lifestyle. This is where we need to separate two ideas: income and wealth. Income is the money you earn. Wealth is what you own after accounting for what you owe. Two people can both make $100,000 a year, but have completely different financial situations. One might have a large investment portfolio, retirement savings, home equity, and manageable debt. The other might have a car loan, credit card debt, little savings, and almost no investments. Same income, completely different financial lives. That's why becoming financially secure isn't just about earning a bigger paycheck. It's about eventually turning some of that income into savings and productive assets. So why does it feel like things are getting worse? Because financial pressure can compound. Higher living costs leave less money to save. Less savings means fewer resources for emergencies. Less investing means less potential long-term growth. And expensive debt can make everything even harder. Meanwhile, people who already own assets may have more opportunities to benefit from economic growth. That's why the goal shouldn't simply be make more money. The bigger goal is create more financial breathing room. Spend less than you earn. Build an emergency fund. Control high-interest debt. Invest for the long term when appropriate, and gradually increase the amount of your income that goes toward building wealth. So, are Americans really broke? Not all of them. But millions of Americans are dealing with something almost as important. They're earning money without feeling financially secure. And that's the real problem. Because if every dollar you earn immediately disappears into expenses, your income can look good on paper, while your financial life feels completely stuck. The goal isn't to look rich. It's to have financial breathing room. Because the moment you stop living entirely from paycheck to paycheck, you finally get something more valuable than a bigger paycheck: options. And in personal finance, having options is real wealth.